Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University and the World of Tomorrow, issue number uno. All right, let's get started on this. Full disclosure, this comic book was sent to me with a bribe. The comic book itself. Real talk. The writer actually sent me the comic book, asked if he could first. That was cool. And said, listen, we got a Kickstarter. We'd like you to help us out. So by the time that you see this video, or at least by the time that I post this video, there will be 27 days left on the Kickstarter. With only 1 day into it, they're already at 14% capacity. I don't know what you call funded. There you go, 14% funded. So this is The World of Tomorrow, issue number 1. It's by Uncharted Wilderness Studios. Credit where it goes. The illustrator and inker is Kenan Halilovic. He resides in Bosnia. I was there once, not under very favorable circumstances. Colorist Felipe Obando is in Costa Rica. I have a very near and dear, sincere friend from there. And letterer Deron Bennett hails from exotic New Jersey. Okay, a couple things about that. First off, I know two Bennett twins from New Jersey. They were in the Army with me. I know one other thing about New Jersey, and I'm from New Jersey, and then the other thing is that it is not exotic, all right? I do not appreciate the dig, and also from New Jersey, sarcasm is not lost on me, sir. But what is it here? This guy, Giles Clark. He is from currently base of operations here in Los Angeles. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. The other armpit of America. Oh, and that's the bigger one. Giles actually seems like cool people from his letter, what he sent to me. Also, if you check out the video, the 3-minute video that's posted on the Kickstarter, links to that are in the description and the pinned comment down below. He seems like funny people, which is important because this is a sci-fi noir, not even noir, it's not dark, but it's set back in the 50s, and it's comedy, you know what I'm saying? So this is actually really good. Let's get started. Basically, there's this cat, his name is Craig Barston, all right? And he is living in the 1950s, and he's perpetually drunk. That's actually the word that Giles used. This guy's a drunkard, all right? He's a freaking wino. He's always tipsy and goes to work, and he doesn't even he just gets sober enough to realize that tomorrow is the season finale, and it's probably going to be the series finale also for this TV show called World of Tomorrow. It's a very spacey, sci-fi kind of show, and it's being canceled. They're going to make room for the future of television, which is Westerns. We all know how well that works out. Nothing against Westerns. But, dude, so I think there's this one character who I think we're going to see in the future. It's very interesting. I'm hoping that he's going to be a good guy in the future, but he could easily be a bad guy too. Just to let you know, that's how much this comic's got me thinking. But there's this young dude who shows up and accidentally, maybe, punches him in the face in a in a live shooting of this TV series. Now this is hysterical because the art is perfect in the sense that it not only shows what's happening, but you also see what's happening behind the scenes. You see that these are cheesy, corny masks that these people, the aliens in this thing are using. You see like tape on the little doomsday device box that's being used with the word sketched in magic marker. I mean, for crying out loud. Like, everything on here is just so cheesy, and it's perfect. You're trying to get the idea of a low-budget sci-fi TV serial being produced. Boom, here you go. That's exactly what this is. It's great seeing all this thing. It's like watching Plan 9 from outer space, and you're just thinking to yourself, I don't even need to see the behind the scenes for this. Golden Turkey Award, here I come. This is fun. Just this opening thing alone, I was hooked. How hooked was I? I was hooked enough that the phone rang and I didn't bother looking to see who it was. Hey man, the wife and kids are home at the time, so I'm like, psh, whatevs, man, whatevs. There's no immediate familial emergency, so I can ignore that. That's how engrossed I was in this comic book, just in the first opening pages. So later on, you see this dude who punched him. He's like, oh my God, I'm such a huge fan and everything like that. And he's like, oh yeah, cool. And he goes and makes a mention of this thing called the Pony Express, which is what the TV show is going to become. So, or at least the studio, this particular studio is going to become shooting for the Pony Express. That's this new Western that's out. And then he accidentally knocks over this entire set that's there. You actually see some bolts come flying out, so it's up cheap, right? You come to find out later on why the set comes down, which was cool. I dug that. Because now it's kind of setting up some stuff, but there's still some more that could have already been set up that we didn't come to realize yet. And I really want to see what happens in the next issue, because that's where you start to learn the, do all these plans come into fruition? Am I Nostradamus? Am I Nostradamus? Did I properly and accurately predict what's about to happen next? This was a really fun comic book, all right? The end is literally one of those WTF moments, but then you realize that according to the description, what you actually had, instead of just a WTF moment, you actually have an origin story on your hands. So I don't know if this cat's going to wind up being a superhero or not, but this guy, man, he's got all the ramblings, all the setup to actually become a superhero in his own mind, at least. Now, this is a comic book set in the 1950s, so it's a golden age comics comic. And I dig that. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely dig that. This was old school fun with just the right amount of humor peppered onto it, that it didn't turn out silly. It was literally just enough to take away from the heavy moments, and there were plenty of heavy moments also. It's funny that he bills this as a comedy. Maybe in issue 2 and on, it'll be more, comedic, but right now, it was heavier than that, but it was still light enough that I didn't feel depressed at what was going on. The guy just makes really dumb mistakes, and I guess waking up from a walking stupor your entire, past several years, I don't know, it was kind of funny, it was kind of cool. So this guy is just, he's got this Hollywood fame, really low level, and it's interesting watching all these messed up parts happening to him, and then when his actual origin moment hits, you realize that all the pieces are in place to make him like a good guy version of the Joker, maybe? I really genuinely dug this comic book. I enjoyed this. Guys, go and check out the Kickstarter, watch the 3-minute video, and then check out some of the reward levels that are available to actually fund this. To actually start getting something back and actually really contribute to the comic book, it's a lousy $6, $8 Canadian. Definitely go and check it out at the very least. Support this if you can. Yeah, I think that they would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. I want to see issue 2. So seriously, throw the professor a favor, okay? I want to make sure that I see issue 2. So let's get this thing funded. That's it for me, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.